The Grammy red carpet is a showcase of fashion at its finest, but not every look becomes iconic. The 2026 Grammys were no exception, as some stars' attempts to push the boundaries of style resulted in unforgettable missteps. With extravagant designs and perplexing choices, these outfits quickly became the talk of the town, sparking fierce debates and controversy. Do you think it's bold art or simply misguided aesthetics? If you agree, comment 1, and if you disagree, comment 0. Enjoy the video, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support us. Now, let's dive into the story. Lola Young, a rising star from the UK, made a daring fashion choice for her Grammy red carpet debut. Rather than opting for a traditional glamorous evening gown, she turned heads in a full army green tracksuit by Vivienne Westwood. The ensemble was adorned with playful children's toy motifs, rubber ducks, mushrooms, and stuffed animals, paired with a collared shirt and shiny black dress shoes, creating a striking and unconventional contrast that certainly challenged the boundaries of red carpet fashion. Lola Young explained that her bold style choice was a powerful statement, rejecting the glamorous and often inauthentic image associated with pop stars. She wanted to make it clear that there is no persona in her music. Everything she creates is raw and authentic. By choosing a design from the Queen of Punk, Vivienne Westwood, for a formal event like the Grammys, Lola made a deliberate act of rebellion, one that the late designer herself would likely have applauded in approval. However, beneath the playful toy motifs of her outfit lies a deeper, more personal story that many initially overlooked. In backstage interviews, Lola revealed that the designs symbolize her lyrics about a turbulent childhood and a messy coming-of-age journey. The outfit carries significant personal meaning, but unfortunately, the message got lost in translation, overshadowed by the casual slouchiness of the tracksuit amidst a sea of glamorous gowns. The media and public response to this bold fashion choice was largely negative. Business Insider described it as a super slouchy style, suggesting that when an artist feels the need to explain their outfit, it's already a misstep. While the concept of authenticity is admirable, many saw this choice as a risky move for a new artist that ultimately failed to make the intended impact. Do you agree? Comment 1 if you do, 0 if you don't, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. TikTok star and singer Addison Rae left the red carpet in total confusion with her custom white dress from the brand Aaliyah. From the front, the design featured a plunging U-shaped neckline that extended to her navel, paired with an unusually asymmetrical hemline that exposed the inner lining layers. The strange arrangement of fabric panels had many fashion magazines and viewers questioning whether she had accidentally worn the dress backward. The story behind Addison Rae's outfit is actually quite intriguing, drawing inspiration from the nonconformity of the iconic Marilyn Monroe. The original vision was a daring fusion of the sweetness and innocence of white, contrasted with the edgy allure of sharp cutouts. However, rumors of a major last-minute tailoring mishap ultimately ruined the entire silhouette, transforming what could have been a bold, high-potential concept into an irreparable visual disaster on the red carpet. The wardrobe malfunction was so severe that Addison Rae had to rely on a significant amount of specialized fashion tape to keep everything in place. She struggled to move comfortably, needing constant help as she climbed the steps into the theater. Throughout the evening, recorded footage showed her adjusting the bodice repeatedly, clearly concerned about potential unwanted exposure. This is a prime example of how, even with a large budget and backing from a prestigious brand, everything can go wrong if the outfit doesn't fit properly. While Addison Rae tried to maintain confidence and a cheerful demeanor, the discomfort in every step and the confused looks from the crowd turned what should have been a memorable fashion moment into a forgettable one. What she truly needed was a style rescue, not just polite compliments. Miley Cyrus has long been known for her chameleon-like ability to push boundaries, but her Celine outfit left many questioning her fashion choices. She stepped onto the red carpet in black wide-leg trousers paired with a tiny cropped leather jacket, which was adorned with oversized gold brooches and pendants engraved with her name. The ensemble felt heavy, stifling, and lacked the sophistication and flair typically expected at the biggest music night in the world. Her accessory choices were just as controversial, with patent leather shoes, messy hair, and oversized gold hoop earrings completing the look. Business Insider commented that the outfit felt too serious and mature, like a forced fusion of a rebellious rock concert and a conservative country club. Instead of showcasing her personality, it made Miley appear as though she was struggling inside a fashion armor that seemed far too rigid and inappropriate for her age. What's interesting and little known is that this outfit was literally taken directly from the Celine catwalk to real life. Miley Cyrus loved it so much that she grabbed it straight off the mannequin after the show without any adjustments or alterations for fit. She even shared a surprisingly common detail. She paired this billion-dong ensemble with a pair of aquazzurra heels that she had bought on sale just that morning. While each individual piece in Miley's outfit has its own value and symbolism, the overall combination created a cluttered look rather than a striking one. The ensemble lacked the familiar crazy yet glamorous edge that fans adore about Miley, making her appear overwhelmed by layers of metallic accessories and heavy fabric. In your opinion, was this a style mistake? Comment 1 if you agree, 0 if you disagree, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support us. For her first time attending the Grammys, Tate McRae placed her full trust in Balenciaga, aiming for a look that combined personality with clear structure. However, the result was a black ensemble featuring loose strips of fabric, layered in a haphazard fashion and missing a focal point. Many sources described the dress as unusually unconventional, yet it lacked the fluidity and grace typically expected from an evening gown. The Reddit community compared the draped fabric to limp old t-shirts that had been shredded, which only added to the outfit's disjointed appearance. The hairstyle, reportedly inspired by supermodel Kate Moss, was criticized as messy and lacking the polished touch it needed. The thick black leather gloves, reaching up to her elbows, only added to the weight of the look, making her appear much older than her actual age. Balenciaga under Demna is known for designs that challenge mainstream aesthetics, such as the trash pouch or the iconic IKEA bag, and this dress fits within that same unconventional mindset. However, Tate's outfit has been compared to the Emperor's New Clothes syndrome, where the wearer places more trust in the brand's prestige than in the actual beauty of the design. This time, the fashion house's bold approach missed the mark, failing to create the expected aesthetic impact and leaving only confusion in its wake. Tate McRae later admitted in an interview that she had felt uncertain even during the fitting. However, due to her trust in the prestigious Balenciaga name, she chose to wear it on the red carpet anyway. This turned out to be a costly lesson. Sometimes, blind faith in big brands can transform a promising young star into someone forgettable and lackluster at the most important event of their career. This country hip-hop fusion artist caused a denim suit crisis on the red carpet with a controversial mix of styles. He paired a traditional black tuxedo jacket with luxurious silk lapels, but matched it with faded blue jeans and a Western-style belt. The look has been compared to the mullet of the fashion world. Business on top, but rugged and casual, like a construction site on the bottom. The concept behind Ralph Lauren's design for this piece was to highlight the unique intersection of Shaboozey's musical style. The tuxedo jacket represents the formality and prestige of the Grammy Awards, while the jeans symbolize humble working-class roots. In theory, this design carries symbolic depth, telling the story of the artist's journey from the streets to the grand stage. However, the reality on the red carpet highlighted a glaring contrast that lacked the necessary harmony. The glossy satin jacket clashed with the faded jeans, making the outfit appear like a hastily thrown-together patchwork and giving the impression of a lack of respect for the occasion. Critics remarked that it looked as though he had accidentally spilled coffee on his dress pants and had to grab a pair of travel jeans at the last minute to salvage the look. In a year where men's fashion at the Grammys broke boundaries with skirts, sequins, and bold designs, returning to early 2000s-style jeans was viewed as a lazy choice. While Shaboozey won a Grammy, his outfit failed to make a high-class impression. It resembled a messy fashion era that many would rather forget. Do you agree with this assessment? Comment 1 if you agree, 0 if you disagree, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Kehlani turned heads in a black sheer halter-style dress called Black Bloom by designer Valdrin Sahiti. The dress featured delicate cutouts, intricate beading, and highlighted her physique beautifully. However, critics were less than impressed, with many suggesting that the style felt too boring and predictable. It was described as a look that has been seen repeatedly on red carpets over the years, offering little in the way of innovation or a fresh perspective. In reality, this haute couture design, priced around $2,800, showcases excellent craftsmanship and high-quality materials. Kehlani has long admired Sahiti's aesthetic and has worn his creations to several important events in the past. However, for an artist known for taking risks and having a bold, unique personality, this safe choice felt like a step backward. It lacked the explosion of style and creativity that fans have come to expect from her, leaving the look feeling more restrained than innovative. In backstage interviews after the event, Kehlani herself admitted to feeling some regret for not incorporating a pop of color into her outfit. Her signature plum lipstick was the only splash of color that night, while the rest of her look remained shrouded in black. This absence of surprise elements made her fade into the background, surrounded by a sea of stars who were making bold statements with unique designs and vibrant colors. Despite the outfit being criticized as outdated and lacking a focal point, Kehlani walked away with 2 prestigious Grammy Awards that night. This serves as a reminder that true artistic talent can often eclipse even imperfect fashion choices. Her music resonated deeply with audiences and received the recognition it truly deserved, proving that, for a true artist, it's the work that matters most, no matter how boring the dress might have been deemed. Comedian Ali Wong made a disappointing choice with a sparkling lime green Vivienne Westwood dress. While neon green can be bold and trendy when styled well, this design seemed to swallow her petite frame. The corset bodice appeared oversized and even gaped in certain areas, giving the impression that the dress wasn't properly tailored to her figure. The short hemline of the skirt looked like a rushed, sloppy addition, rather than a carefully considered artistic detail. The overall outfit appeared unfinished and loose, failing to flatter Ali Wong's figure. This was particularly disappointing given that she had already faced a fashion mishap at the Golden Globes, and the public was eagerly anticipating a dramatic style transformation at the Grammys. The biggest issue with this outfit was the complete absence of accessories, which left the look feeling unbalanced and unable to salvage the situation. With no jewelry and an overly minimalist hairstyle, all that remained was a blinding mass of green engulfing her petite frame. Critics argued that a few standout pieces of jewelry could have saved the look, but the stark bareness only drew attention to the flaws in the dress's construction and the apparent lack of preparation. Many professional opinions suggest that Ali Wong should seriously reconsider her styling team after this series of unconvincing appearances. With her strong personality and recognized comedic talent, she deserves a more polished and radiant look. This fashion moment is viewed as an unfortunate low point, overshadowing the natural charisma of a truly charming artist. Do you agree with this assessment? Comment 1 if you agree, 0 if you disagree, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Known for his cheerful and positive energy, Darren Criss shocked many by landing on the worst-dressed list at this year's Grammys. He wore a custom Tanner Fletcher suit with lace overlays on a white silk shirt, paired with a large ribbon bow at the chest. He completed the look with cream loafers and intricately painted nails in his signature style, but the overall ensemble lacked cohesion, failing to come together in a way that felt polished or intentional. Critics, including Nicki Swift, pointed out that Darren Criss completely missed the mark with this boring and tacky outfit. From a distance, the lace material appeared flat and lifeless, stripping away his masculinity, while up close it resembled a theatrical stage costume more than high-end red carpet fashion. His attempt to be poetic and romantic failed to resonate with mainstream aesthetic tastes, leaving the look feeling disconnected from the glamour expected at such an event. While some admired the boldness of reinventing the lace tuxedo, the majority felt it leaned more towards theatrical than fashionable. As both a host and a nominee for a major award, Darren Criss was expected to present a more sophisticated and sharp image. However, this outfit made him appear unrefined and lacked the poise and elegance typically associated with a gentleman on the red carpet. The cream loafers were also heavily criticized for adding nothing to an already dull and monotonous outfit. While fashion risks can sometimes pay off, Darren Criss's full lace ensemble firmly falls into the category of disastrous failures. It serves as a clear reminder of how the line between stylish artistry and tackiness can be incredibly thin and easily crossed. Jamie Foxx brought a burst of color to the red carpet, but unfortunately, it went in a chaotic direction with a custom checkered suit. The outfit combined every earth tone imaginable: brown, blue, orange, yellow, and burgundy, blending together in a way that felt cluttered and visually overwhelming. The most unbearable detail was the light brown top hat towering on his head, making him resemble a lost magician rather than a fashion-forward star. Critics argued that there were too many elements competing for attention, from the dense checkered pattern to the oversized hat and overcrowded accessories. Instead of achieving the stylish, avant-garde look he likely intended for a late-night party, Jamie Foxx resembled a character straight out of a comic book. Fans even joked that he looked like the cool but eccentric cousin of Willy Wonka. In fact, this was not a casual choice, but a meticulously crafted design, featuring custom-woven fabric specifically ordered for Jamie. The hat was a classic Italian style, refurbished with modern details. However, the combination of complex materials and clashing color tones created a visual maze that lacked harmony. Instead of impressing viewers, it left them feeling overwhelmed and exhausted by the overload of elements. The most viral moment on social media came when Jamie Foxx's own daughter was caught giving her father a confused look right on the red carpet. While Jamie has always been known for his bold style and unique hats, even his most loyal fans had to admit that this look missed the mark. Sometimes, as the saying goes, more really is just more. And in this case, it created a feeling of suffocation rather than artistic beauty. Marking her return after a 7-year absence, Keisha made a bold statement with a shocking image. Barefoot and wearing a stark white feathered dress by Atelier Beiser. She aimed to transform into the goddess Athena, a warrior who had just reclaimed her freedom and music rights after years of legal battles. The dress served as a form of soft armor, while the white color symbolized a pure new beginning, a blank page ready for her next chapter. However, the beautiful and meaningful concept didn't quite translate visually on the red carpet. The layers of feathers were too thick and voluminous, completely obscuring Keisha's silhouette, leaving her looking like a wandering, amorphous mass. One critic harshly, but accurately, described her as a molting poultry explosion, with the outfit failing to convey the charm and power she intended to project. The absence of high heels deprived the dress of its necessary lift, causing the hem to drag sadly and heavily across the floor. This not only ruined the architectural silhouette of the design, but also led to a hygiene issue, as the dress picked up dirt along the way. Social media erupted in a debate over the state of her grimy feet after walking barefoot across the red carpet, with many questioning the practicality of her bold choice. The outfit aimed to scream the powerful message, "I have been liberated," but instead it weakly whispered, "I forgot my shoes in the car." This is a classic case where deep symbolic meaning couldn't salvage a fashion choice that failed in terms of both aesthetics and practicality. Kesha had a strong story and a great reason behind her look, but the execution of the storytelling through her attire ultimately fell short of the mark. Occupying the #1 spot on the worst-dressed list is supermodel Heidi Klum, who made a notorious appearance in a 3D molded latex dress tailored precisely to her body. The Marina Horman-Sater design replicates every anatomical line, finished with a high-gloss lacquer to match her skin tone. From a distance, the look was so bizarre that netizens humorously compared her to wearing slices of unmelted cheese on a giant burger. The technical craftsmanship behind this dress is truly remarkable, featuring a hand-molded cast that took months of meticulous work to complete. Heidi has always treated the Grammy red carpet like her personal Halloween party, a space where she can freely showcase her wildest ideas without worrying about traditional fashion standards. However, the line between art and absurdity was blurred, leaving viewers more confused and unsettled than delighted by the bold yet perplexing design. Not only was the dress controversial in terms of aesthetics, but it also proved to be a physical ordeal for Heidi Klum herself. She couldn't walk normally, having to take tiny, labored steps, and sitting down was completely impossible. In good humor, she joked with reporters that she would be standing and applauding throughout the entire ceremony because she had no other choice in an outfit as rigid as armor. This appearance was undeniably flamboyant and impressive in terms of craftsmanship, yet a total disaster in terms of fashion style. Heidi Klum made history at this year's Grammys, but unfortunately for all the wrong reasons, becoming the center of ridicule. The dress demonstrates that creativity, when pushed too far, can become a joke, turning the red carpet into a circus rather than a celebration of beauty. These stories offer clear educational value, showing that love requires not only emotion, but also sincerity and a solid foundation. They remind us that glamour, money, or fame cannot replace mutual understanding and respect. At the same time, these stories encourage viewers to reflect on social prejudices, become more tolerant, and understand that true happiness is found only when built on empathy and responsibility. Thank you for watching the video until the very last second. I hope the stories shared not only offered a new perspective on love and life, but also left you with meaningful reflections. If you found this content helpful or if it touched your emotions, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Your support motivates us to continue bringing even better stories in the next videos.